Like, what would you do if you had to go to the gym and train this certain muscle? You wouldn't go to a bench press and go, oh yeah, 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 oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, no one would do that. It's all systematic. It's nice and easy. If you saw that dude at the gym, you'd be like, oh my goodness. And he'd be the same guy that makes that noise, like, and you're like, dude, we're in a public place. What are you doing? Shut up. I've lifted a lot of weight. I've had a lot of weight fall on me, and I never had to make that noise. I just went, oh, Lord. And I just dump one side and dump the other and be like, man, somebody change the weights. But, same with your foot. And same with your hands, same with everything. Make little systems like that and you'll be fine. All right, next thing I want to talk about real quick before we move on to the students, showmanship. Showmanship, believe me, I don't know if any of you parents stay up and watch YouTube with your kids when they're looking at drummers. This is not showmanship. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Play drums. You don't have to try out for American Gladiators. So, that's not what I consider to be showmanship. What I consider to be showmanship, we all know that at the end of the day, no matter how many licks we have, no matter how many chops we have, we're still going to end up really in a band and in a gig situation playing this. Or a variation of it, or it might be a jazz thing, or it might be a Latin thing, but it's not going to be, it's like that's not going to really happen that often. So, when I think of showmanship, I think of showing the audience members where the pulse is in your body. Somewhere you have to convey the pulse, okay? Because no matter how crazy I'm going on this, somewhere in there is this. That's what everybody's going to dance to, that's what everybody feels, and if I'm not playing it exactly like that, I'm going to have to show the audience where that is. So, you can do it lots of ways. You can turn your head back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You can nod, back and forth with your whole chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot you can do, but somewhere you have to, and believe me, learning how to do this, talk about embarrassing, man. Because, your mom will walk in while you're going, and she taps you on the shoulder, honey, get out, woman, please. I'm in the zone. Why are you tapping my shoulder? And so, but you have to do it. And I've been telling my students lately, I don't care if you have to get in front of the mirror and air drum, do it. This is important to your on-stage drumming. I've seen people on stage just killing it. By the way, killing it is a good thing. Just killing it, but like this. I was like, man, you would sound so much better if you just looked like you enjoyed what you were doing. And so, I'll give you an example. I'll play a beat with no feel in my body, and then a beat with feel in my body, and it'll change the sound, it'll change everything just by showing where that pulse is. My brain won't ever turn off. I wish I could play that whole thing with no licks, but even when I was playing the easy stuff, my brain was but all I did was go like this, and all of a sudden my notes sounded different. Everything just changed, because I had pulse. I had feel of where I was at. Yeah. See, Dante knows. Wait till you see him play. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. It's crazy. But that type of thing, that's what I consider to be showmanship. show me where the pulse is, show me where the feel is, show me in the crowd. When I'm standing in the crowd, I'm a fan of music. I go to shows. I want to know where to do this myself in the crowd. Well, if the drummer's doing it, it's so much. The other thing it does is it lets the rest of the band, when you're on a stage like this, you don't get to hear the music. You guys hear the music, but we have things like amps are over there. One amp is halfway in China. We can't hear anything. So the way we communicate is through body pulse. If I'm doing this, my bass player can now feel where the quarter note is. Because by the time he hears my snare ricochet off that wall and come back to him, he has no idea where the groove is, because he's not actually hearing what I'm playing. He's hearing things bounce around in his monitor mix. So, but if he sees my body, this is real time. He can see this. This travels at the speed of light. Everything I do gets there instantly compared to sound. So, that's really important. Another thing you can do, make things bigger. Just, like, check it out. If I do this, over here, that, you barely hear that. But if I tell you to stare at this and I go, it's so much louder just because you saw it happen. So you have to do that when you play. Of course you can hit a snare from right here. It'll be plenty loud. I can crack it from there. But I can make it look so much louder and more powerful if I get my hands up here and show people, like, the snare's coming. You better watch out. You might want to blink on this one. It's coming. Like, you bring it up. And so one thing that I do when I do that is, instead of playing the hi-hat and snare normal, when it comes time to switch over to the other mic. When it comes time to playing the hi-hat and snare together, I switch to an open grip. And that gives me the ability to get my hand higher. So I'll show you what I mean. If you need to plug your ears for this part, that's fine, because I'm probably going to break something. Titanium drumsticks. All right. So, regular rock beat, slow. Nothing wrong with that. But if I'm going to play that beat, you're going to know that I'm playing that beat. Okay, now, did I play anything cool? Nope. Just made it look cool. I mean, seriously, I didn't do anything. But, you know, you come up here, I mean, I might have pulled something in the delt area, but it doesn't matter. Like, that's so cool. When I see drummers do that, they're already better, but they haven't changed any notes. But in my perception, I'm like, oh, that guy's awesome. Well, I didn't do anything, I just did some goofy thing. I don't even know what my arm does, but, you know, so that's kind of the key to this. When it comes to showmanship, guys, put your soul into it, put yourself out on the line. Don't be nervous to get into it. Start with a pulse. Always start with a pulse in your body. Now check it out, if I lose it, you want to talk about white man syndrome. That's, alrighty, here we go. You feel that? No, no one feels that. Show it. And all of a sudden your playing just starts to dig and groove. So that's what showmanship is about. It's not about and twirls and goofy stuff. It's about just showing the audience where pulse is. All right, you guys ready to hear some crazy students? All right.